Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I'm starting out with this. This is the Black Swan Capitalist. He put out this video, and it is great. Right over the target.
So the question is, how do you set something up that takes the credit card away but still allows governments to function? And if we went back to a gold standard, we'd have to do something like back the world's currencies with gold at a certain ratio that was clear and transparent that everybody could understand. The problem is, to do that now, with all the currency that's been created, you have to have a gold price that's really high compared to today. And the people who have run those numbers come up with estimates of anything from $10,000 an ounce for gold to $60,000 an ounce. So that would be very good for gold bugs. You know, the people who own gold and silver would make out, and the people who trust the government and own dollars would be devastated because their net worths would just crater. But we have to do something like that. And like you said, familiar ideas that are already on the table are what get adopted in times of panic, because you have to do something. The world is falling apart around you. And that's not a good time to learn about some new thing that you're going to implement. It's much easier to take something you already know how to do and go back to that. And so there's a good chance we end up with something like a gold-backed currency going forward, something that's similar to the, in retrospect, familiar classical gold standard that was in place for basically 200 years before World War I.
Now, if this is the case, which it is, and I've done my research, central banks will have to use a digital asset that can easily bridge all banks and APIs to the network for interoperability. It would also have to be the most efficient and the most liquid asset. And that's exactly what Ripple has done with their digital asset XRP. If you've done your research, then you'll know that this is one of the most undervalued assets on the market.
On the planet. But gold is too. That's why I have a sponsor, Miles Franklin. You use code DAI Gold. This is where I buy my gold. info@milesfranklin.com, 952-929-7006. And you can get the best pricing by calling them or emailing them. We've got an XRP. Let me hit the refresh button here. We've got an XRP that is at 69 cents. Dark Defender said that the 60-cent line was important to hold, and XRP did defend 66 cents like clockwork. Now look at this from eGreg Crypto. XRP market cap $1 trillion, just the beginning. In the wake of XRP's previous parabolic ascent, where it skyrocketed by a staggering 100,000%, it's true, I was there. The current surge of 7% might seem like a mere drop in the ocean. However, let's take a closer look. Unlike the last time, this time around, achieving 7% gain of the previous monumental rise is not only feasible, but it's practically a walk in the park for the XRP community. XRP Army stays steady. The influx of trillions of dollars into XRP and the XRPL ecosystem is looming ever closer. So just for you know how they say shits and giggles, I decided, what does 100,000% look like from here, from 69 cents? Well, Google does math. I used to use a calculator, and now Google is a calculator. 100,000% of 69 cents is $690. I would accept that. Ripple tweeted this out in the last 8 hours, introducing Ripple Payments, the next evolution of Ripple Payments product, delivering a licensed end-to-end solution for financial institutions and SMEs with 70-plus payout markets, expanding crypto liquidity solutions, integrating with the XRP Ledger DEX, and much more. Monica Long says crypto utility starts with payments, and for the last decade, Ripple's focus on key components of infrastructure, liquidity, off-ramps, tokenization, custody, and compliance. You know, it sounds a lot like they're about ready to flip a switch, folks, if I didn't know different. Required for enterprise-grade payments. Today we're unveiling an end-to-end solution for just that. This is an evolution of our product where our customers can tap into crypto utility without having to be an expert in using this technology. A single onboarding experience with Ripple, managing the end-to-end flow to move value at any time as fast and low cost as possible. Says, excuse me. I'll be taking the stage at Ripple Swell shortly to share more. So Ripple Swell is in motion. Here is a picture from there. Man, that looks nice. And then here's they're in Dubai, of course. And then here's a close-up, and then they've got a video that they put out of them setting it all up. Please, no copyright, Ripple. Boy, these guys, they know how to do it. Check this out. Looks like, folks, let me spell this out for you. This is not a coincidence. It says stablecoin issuer Circle Internet considering a 2024 IPO. Link2 is planning to IPO in 2024. I think a lot of these companies know that this thing's about to be switched on. And when I say that, I mean crypto, and in turn the IPO market for crypto, and in turn the IPO market in general. I believe that these people really all believe that this thing is about, I mean, we've been through what, 2+ years of a crypto winter. All this goes in cycles, folks. And you know what? I love the fact that Link2 is my sponsor, because I have private equity in Uphold, Ripple, Link2. What else? iTrustCapital. I don't have Circle, but I would have Circle, but I just haven't bought any stuff lately. And then the one I didn't see there is PolySign. I have too. But look, folks, we're at a moment in this market where when this thing takes off, any of this stuff could go absolutely nuts. All right, Brian Brooks was at DC FinTech. Listen to him here.
Basis. They're either funded by the agencies, which is a majority of all housing credit in the United States, or they're funded privately through a series of securitization transactions that are mostly underwritten by one of a handful of big banks. Blockchain makes it possible to crowdsource funding almost globally. I'm actually on the board of a crypto company called Credix. And what it does is it allows people to identify an aspirational rate of return, and it matches borrowers and lenders in different asset classes that achieve that rate of return much more efficiently and much more globally from a much more diverse set of investors. So those things are all good. But what's the problem? Where this breaks down, it's not on the underwriting side. You know, AI can be very, very good at that. It's not on the recordation side, because smart contract protocols can already do that inside of the crypto universe. So that exists and will scale. Where it really is on the fundraising side. And that is because nobody wants to invest in an asset that they can't readily sell. And the reason that it's hard for people to want to invest in a token versus a mortgage-backed security is because of issues around U.S. securities regulation, which make it very hard to either buy and sell tokens or to list tokens on a securities exchange. And you have two kinds of problems here. One is a problem about what is a security. So if I'm buying a fractional interest in a house or a fractional interest in a mortgage pool, is that a security that's subject to regulation? But even more fundamentally, if we decide that it is a security that is subject to regulation, at the moment, the SEC and FINRA won't allow that security, if it is a security, to register with FINRA and trade on an exchange. That's the real puzzling thing about crypto securities, is unlike normal securities where there's a well-known registration process, crypto securities are currently barred from trading anywhere because FINRA won't allow it. That's the last mile problem here. Once we allow mortgage tokens to be fungible, the same way that all other financial assets are fungible, to be bought and sold on an exchange, floodgates will open. But that hasn't happened yet for whatever reason, and I know you have some regulators speaking on these issues later today. You should ask them.
Okay, now I wanted to show you this. This is from the Financial Services Committee from the GOP side, okay? The latest report, that they put this out like they're shocked. The latest report indicating Gary Gensler's SEC coordinated with an AI platform to develop its disastrous climate disclosure rule that would financially benefit the firm is a gross conflict of interest. Well, guess what? Hey, GOP, what do you think Gary's going to do? You didn't call for an investigation of ETHgate. None of you did. Tom Emmer did not. Patrick McHenry did not. Warren Davidson did not. None of you called for jack squat in getting this thing investigated. You talked about what you were going to do. You talked, and you talked. You didn't subpoena him. You didn't subpoena anything. You didn't do anything. You talked, and you sent letters. And so why wouldn't he do this? This is on you. They'll continue to be corrupt. You've let them be corrupt. What does that mean for you? Does it mean you're a part of it? That's what it looks like to me. Because you didn't do anything. You talked. And so don't act surprised. This is as much on you as it is on Gary Gensler at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I wanted to remind everybody that today Brad Garlinghouse is at DC FinTech Week. He's going to be 9 a.m. to 9:25, and then our old buddy Gary is going to be, where is he? I think they didn't save him for last. There he is right there, 11:30 to 12 p.m. Why? I still don't understand. Why on earth you would invite Gary Gensler, who's done everything he could to stop crypto for the last few years, you're going to invite him to a DC FinTech Week to talk about what? How he's going to continue to stop what you're wanting to do? Makes no sense. Now, I'm going into the private group now. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends that in DAIXRP.com today, I'm going to tell you something I know that happened during ETHgate that I never have mentioned, and I can't go too deep into it, but I can give you the surface. And then we're going to talk about what CNBC is not going to tell you, what we can't talk about on YouTube, we can't talk about on Twitter, about what FTX really is. More stuff on that. Our country is just completely corrupted now.